of economic development for that particular community. And then you have the safety, public safety initiative going on where the schools are working, and you have the sheriff department and the different townships stepping up to the plate, providing security and safety for our seniors.
Now, let's take a step back. You said something about getting the faith-based initiative together, working with the county. Do you have any religious affiliations?
Yes, I'm a member of Kingdom of Heaven Ministries. Lonnie Brown is my pastor. I've been there for 14 years. I'm faithful in my ministry. I don't go around telling folks you're going to hell. It's like your lifestyle speaks volume about the commitment. And ministry goes beyond the four walls of the marvelous sanctuaries that we have. It's one thing to have a family life center, but if nobody's able to utilize it, what's good is a family life center? And we have some faith-based initiatives within our community. They're opening their doors to the community. And, you know, and depending on where you stand, that could be the. But I'm saying that I believe that there's some who are doing the work beyond the four walls, and I will continue to work with them.
Okay. Now, just for the viewers who are not familiar, what is the geographical area of your first
The
district?
geographical area. How much time do we have?
Well, just in a nutshell.
I usually tell people, if you live in the Beecher, Mount Morris, First Ward, part of Second Ward, come down to Pasadena to, want to say, the east side, Bray Road, Mount Morris there. I mean, not Mount Morris, Genesee Township, that's there. The northwest quadrant of Flint, of Genesee County. That's it enough, you know. That's it in a nutshell.
Okay. Now, the collaborative with the city of Flint and Genesee County. There obviously has been some controversy with that. How would you bring the two together?
It's not about me bringing them together. It's about both parties willing to work together. Now, you can't make an individual work with you. You can't make a body to work with you. I believe that there's a part for both parties. And it's just a matter of realizing that if we don't work together, we all gonna sink together. So that's my take on it. There are initiatives where we can work together, but we have to be willing to do it. And I'm not gonna get on here and call anybody out their name saying this person's not doing it, because that's not the way I operate.
Certainly.
But there are opportunities for us to work together. It's just a matter of us willing to roll up our sleeves and say, hey, we can make it happen. And if we don't, we all sing together. Because when you go to Chicago, you go to other places, they don't ask you, where you from? They say you're from Flint. And they talk about Flint as a whole. Yeah. I don't care what you do, is Flint. So.
Okay. Well, just going back to some personal things, do you have any mentors within the city or in the county? Who would you consider someone you looked up to get into this political arena?
You know, I'm where I am because of my mentors. And one mentor, good, bad, or indifferent, has been my uncle, Lavelle, former Mayor James Sharp, a person who I could call on any time of day or night. His current County Commissioner Woodrow Stanley. I make it no point. And I have females, I have white people. Art Horan, who's a businessman, who's been an inspiration. Have the community school directors, Otis Band, Sid DeCoo, John McCoy. I could go on and on. I'm only here because of those individuals. Another person in particular, and I consider myself to be a child of labor, AFL-CIO, Mr. Franklin Green Sr. and Larry O'Rourke. As a kid growing up in Flint, we passed out literature for them. So those are inspirational leaders. And then in the clergy community, my pastors, Bishop MC Akins, and then I go on and on. I mean, I don't want to name drop because sometimes you end up forgetting, but depending on what I'm working on, I have individuals who will pick up the phone and call me, or I call them in a heartbeat. You know.
Right. Well, thank you so much, Mr. Sims. Please stay with us while our commercial break, and thank you. Please stay tuned.
Are you interested in helping your community? Are you concerned about the homeless, literacy, or other community needs? Would you consider mentoring a young person, helping an older adult, or planting a garden? Then you're a perfect candidate to volunteer here. It's a webpage designed to match your time, talent, and interests with a variety of volunteer opportunities right here in your community. Just visit www.volhere.org and enjoy a rewarding time doing what you do best, a service of the Resource Center.
only on public access.
And welcome back to Meet the Candidates. Again, I am your host, Kesha Hoey, and in our studios today we have Omar Sims, First District Genesee County Commissioner. Thank you for that. Before we left for break, you were talking about some people who have inspired you. I understand that you have mentees.
Yes.
Can you speak a little bit more about that?
I'm a mentor with the Alpha Esquire. It's a program sponsored by my fraternity. We've been doing it for 11 years, and I'm proud of that. And other thing with our program is, in addition to serving as a mentor, we're helping young African-American males. And it's not just the flavor of the month. Some people think mentoring is just a one-time commitment, but for me, it's a lifetime commitment. Also, on Saturdays during football season, I'm a parent volunteer with the Flint Area Football League, and there I mentor young men, too. And I think mentoring is important because I'm sitting here today because of my mentors. They paved the way for me, and if we don't work with our young people today, guess what? Who's going to take care of us? One of the deterrents for me as far as crime is concerned is investing in our young people, and especially African-American men. And I've had men of other races invest in my life, too.
Right. I think that's very important that, we have someone, especially African-American men, volunteering in the community to help our young men go the right path. So that certainly is very important. Now, another issue that we need to address is education within our city and within the county, I'm sure. How will you, as county commissioner, address dropout rates for the Flint community schools or the issues around the county?
One of the things we have to do with the dropout rate, we have to look at the way education is currently going. This child is not the same child it was 20 years ago. In regards to some of our young people dropping out of school, the public schools may not be the route for them. We need to look at alternative education. We also need to look at the community college concept, especially my community college. And I want to put a plug in right now for what's going on with my community college and the No Workers Left Behind initiative. So many times our people lack training or lack skills. Well, they could go there and get that type of training to help them in the 21st century. In regards to the schools are concerned, as a commissioner, one of the things I will do is have youth in government. I'm a part of an organization called Youth Leadership, founded by Mr. Floyd Clark and Ms. Lenore Crowley. It's been going on for over 20 years. That came out of Mayor James Sharp's summit, and that's been going on for 20-something odd years. I'm going to continue focusing on that. Michigan State Extension, under the leadership of David Finnick and I can't even think of it, Linda Patrick, they have what we call youth in government. Well, I'm going to expose our young people